Hello, hello, hello. I hope you all are having a super duper fantastic day out there today. Okay, it's Dineen, 12 days of Christmas. Y'all know how we do. Go ahead, get up inside of the chat. Go ahead and grab your pen and your paper because I don't want you even talking about me, telling me I didn't tell you what this conversation is about. It is all about limiting beliefs are limiting your options. Put that inside of the chat in the sweet, strong name of Jesus. Yep, that's what I said. But look, before we get into that conversation, let me go ahead and introduce myself. My name is Dineen Merriweather. I am the founder and CEO of Becoming the Change Group Coaching Program. Now, look, if y'all didn't know that was happening, it's been happening in your late, but the next session is coming January the 7th, and I will tell you all about it. I have so many opportunities coming up. I just don't even know what to do with myself or with you, okay? But tonight, it's all about the 12 days of Christmas, and I'm so happy you here. It's the 12 days of Christmas. Y'all know I love a song. Come on now. But look, let me go ahead and tell you that we have Miss Adrienne Hollimon here. She has been a part of the 12 Days of Christmas since its inception. So this is year number 3, and I'm sure she's going to be here for number 4, number 5. So she ain't going nowhere. She already know that we locked in, and it ain't no getting rid of us. But look, go ahead, start dropping your name and stuff in the chat. We want to know that you're there. We want you to get your pen and paper again. Now, don't say I didn't tell you. But right now, I'm going to give Adrienne an opportunity to introduce herself and tell you guys what it is that she does.
So I am Adrienne Hollimon. I am the founder of Discovering Your Treasures. I am a life coach, a speaker, an author. What else do I do? I help women connect. Entrepreneur, it's a whole bunch of stuff, but I help women connect their purpose and their dream and birth their dreams so that they can be productive, build wealth, and leave a legacy for their children's children.
Amen. Yes. And I'm just so happy that you are here. This, like you said, this is year 3. So we're going to go ahead and get into this conversation. Go ahead, put it in the chat. Limiting beliefs are limiting your options. Put it in the chat. Limiting beliefs, my note takers, limiting beliefs are limiting your actions. So tell me, how are we going to get started with this conversation? Are you giving us points? Or you giving us what you're going to do for us tonight?
So I had some notes, but they are no longer accessible to me right now.
Okay, because right, because you're on the device that we need.
I'm on the device right? Where the notes are. So I'm just going to chat a little bit about our limiting beliefs and give you some pointers and just start by saying, where do they come from? What are they? So limiting beliefs are beliefs that we have told ourselves that are based on, that are fear-based, that they develop to protect ourselves from what we perceive as danger. So if I have a belief that I'm not smart enough, that's a limiting belief. Where did that develop? So one of the things that we have to realize that our limiting beliefs develop somewhere. So as we're growing up, whether it's from the voice of our parents, the voice of our peers, the voice of leadership, or things that we tell ourselves, something happened, and I now accepted this belief that I'm not smart enough. But what does it really do? It protects me from what? Is it protecting me from rejection? Is it protecting me from feeling insignificant or feeling inferior, or whether or not I really don't believe that I'm worthy?
Look, it protects me from the fear of failure.
It protects you from the fear of failure.
Yeah.
So if I tell myself I'm not smart enough, then I'm not going to try. So when we talk about your limiting beliefs or limiting your options, you have to also realize that all of your limiting beliefs will affect all of your actions.
That's right.
So what you believe, you will do or you will not do.
That part.
So if you believe something and you believe that, okay, I'm smart, I can do anything, then you'll try anything.
That part.
And you will take risks that others won't take because, hey, I can do this. I'm smart. I can make it happen. Because that's what I believe, right? But Absolutely. If you don't believe that you're smart, then the things that you'll try, you'll back up off it. And things that you really can do, you don't even know you can do them because you won't expose yourself to them because you're afraid of whatever that limiting belief is protecting you from.
Wow. And you think this limiting belief is protecting you, but it ain't protecting you, it's hindering you.
Put it in the chat.
You. Put it in the chat. This limiting belief that I think is protecting me is not protecting me, is hindering me.
Yes.
Put it in the chat. Like, you got to get it, because you think you're doing the right thing, but you ain't doing the right thing. You're doing the wrong. Look, you're doing the wrong thing. If there was a such thing as doing the wrong thing, letting them limited beliefs stop you from trying is the wrong thing. Okay?
It's the wrong thing. So it paralyzes you.
Yeah.
It doesn't protect, it paralyzes.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So one of the first things that I want you to begin to do is identify what those limiting beliefs are. Right?
Okay.
So again, if you believe that you're not smart enough, then you have to determine, that's the belief. How does it show up in my life? What actions am I taking, or what actions am I not taking?
Yeah.
Because I don't believe I'm smart enough. What am I avoiding because of the limiting beliefs?
Yeah. Yeah, because I was talking about that today, about how I asked the question, do your habits line up with your goals? Because the things that you're doing, when you look at them, how are they getting you to where you keep talking about that you want to be? Because if you know that you're supposed to be doing something and you ain't doing it, how you think you ever going to get to where you keep talking about?
What magical change is going to happen?
I don't know. Well, sometimes they think prayer is going to do it. That's why I'm like, but it takes faith without works is dead.
Faith without works. Faith without works.
You know, I mean, and I just don't understand it. I mean, it's in there. That's in the word. It says it.
He has given me, what it says, he has given me every place that the sole of my feet shall tread.
Yep.
But my feet got to be moving.
That part.
I got to be treading.
I got to be up to something.
I got to be up to something. If I'm not moving,
I got to be up to something.
What's he going to give me?
Who out there up to something? My question is, are you up to something? Let me know in the chat. Are you up to something? Are you just talking and you coasting? Or are you up to something? I mean, really up to something.
So I want us to really begin to think about what we do. What are our actions? What is it that you are avoiding?
Ooh, that's a good question. What are you avoiding?
Because whatever you're avoiding is going to be based in that limiting belief.
Oh, yeah. Whatever you resist, persist. So if you resisting doing whatever it is that God told you to do, I promise it ain't going nowhere. The burn is going to burn more. Everything that you don't want to be, if you're resisting it, that's exactly what you'll get.
Right. Right. Because you're not becoming your best self.
No way.
You're just paralyzing yourself. There are options that are set before you every day. Right? There are doors that open before you every day. And what you believe will determine which door you take.
Yeah. Even having the conversation of being tired, right? Or I'm exhausted, or I'm overwhelmed, or whatever those conversation stories are, they hinder you. See, you think it's no big deal to say I'm tired because you've been working hard or you've been doing a lot of stuff, but no, that's a conversation. That's a world that you're living in and that you're coming from. Right. So if you keep telling yourself you're tired, what you think your body going to do? What you think your actions going to do? Is going to respond to being tired. Or I'm overwhelmed. Well, what you think your body going to do? Continue to be where? And overwhelmed.
Right. Because you will have what you say.
That part. Put that in the chat. You will have what you say.
So if you're saying I'm overwhelmed, then your body is going to respond exactly that way. And your actions are going to respond that way. So if you say that you're overwhelmed, then what's going to happen?
Right. Whole body going to slouch down.
Whole body going to slouch down. Nobody who says they're overwhelmed go, hey.
Right. Woo,
woo, woo.
Look, Temu said that, yes, I'm not qualified has kept me from so many things.
Yeah. What is the root of that limiting belief that you're not qualified? What are you telling yourself under that I'm not qualified?
Put it in the chat. We waiting on you, Tam, whenever you get there. She said, what is underneath that conversation about not being qualified that has kept you from so many things? But at least you know that it's kept you from so many things. Some people still don't even know that, because that.
But the
I'm
key
telling
is
you,
getting to the why so that you can change the conversation.
that part. Change the dial, baby. Change what you're listening to in that radio station. That radio station, right?
Go
Amen.
look, do the old school. Take out that cassette tape. Change the tape.
Yeah.
Change the CD. Whatever it's playing, it ain't for you.
That part. Change the 8-track.
Change it.
Yes. Oh, Tiffany, that's right. What's at the root?
Yes. What's at the root? What's at the root that you don't feel qualified? What are you saying? Are you not worthy? Who told you weren't worthy?
That's it. Y'all got to get that it's in the roots and not the fruit.
It's in the root. If you're afraid to fail, what is that based on? Does that change the concept of who you are? If you fail, you're not good. If you fail, you're bad. Who told you that you can't fail or you shouldn't fail?
Right. I was just telling them the other day, I think I was telling you, sometimes I talk so much in so many places, Adrienne. I don't know who I be telling whatever, but I was just telling somebody, maybe it was in a one-on-one coaching session, that failure, I recently learned that failure only exists in language. Put that in the chat. Failure only exists in language, right? And I gave the example that if a tiger don't catch the zebra to eat, do you think the tiger calls himself a failure?
No. He's going after the next one.
That part.
He's going after the next one.
He's just like, okay, zebra, you got me. But I promise you, dear, if you come past here, I'm
getting you. I'm
getting you.
I'm in it.
Do you get that?
Right.
The only beings on the earth that ever sits in failure is us. Right. The human being with all the intellectual property.
Right. Because we have the ability to reason.
Right.
And we come up with all the reasons why.
Yes.
Why we should and why we shouldn't.
Yes.
Where everybody else go, okay, next.
Right. They're moving on. They're moving on. And we still sitting there in the story that we made up about not catching or obtaining whatever it is that we wanted to obtain. But the failure only exists in language. It doesn't really exist in real world life. Like, it's not tangible. You can't touch it. You can only think it and talk about it, but it ain't even real. Put it in the chat. Failure ain't even real.
How many times Edison with the light bulb? How many times?
He just said, what? I think he said he tried like 10,000 and something times, or over 10,000 times. And he was like, what I did was I learned that 10,000 or 9,099 times didn't work.
Right. Not that I failed.
Come on, y'all.
Not that I failed. That didn't work. Okay, so let me try it this way. Okay, well, let me try it this way. Okay, well, let me try it this way. But if my promise says I can have A, B, C, D, I'm not letting go of A, B, C, or D.
Come on.
I'm going to do whatever I need to do, devise any strategies, change any mindsets that I need to change so that I can get A, B, C, D. And while we're at it, as I continue to dream and to listen and to hear, we're going to add on E, F, G, H.
Come on. Let's go. I love the way you do your math, honey. With your alphabets. I love how you do your math with your alphabets, honey.
Because I'm not going to stop everything that's promised to me. But we get precious promises and we leave them on the table because our limited mindset goes, well, God's going to do it. If he wants me to have it, he'll give it to me. No, if he wants you to have it to you, he'll give it to you in a dream.
That part.
Your job is now to go make it happen.
He'll
give it to you in a word. He'll speak it into your spirit because he wants you to have it.
That part. And if daddy gives it to you, he doesn't intend for you not to obtain it. He wouldn't give it to you if he didn't want you to have it.
This is why he watches over his word to perform it. But that's so that he keeps it before you. He keeps stirring you up. He keeps bringing it before you.
Come on, y'all.
So that you go and get it.
Come on. Y'all got to stop this conversation. Failure does not exist, y'all. I just want y'all to get it. I want you to sit with it. It only exists in language. So you probably need to stop talking about it because it ain't real. And it's not bad if it fuels you, but you can't let it hinder you. Right.
Right.
And having conversations in language is not bad.
Right.
Use language to your advantage. But when it's working against you, we don't need to say that.
You don't need to say it.
How many promises have you left on the table? How many? That's right. That was a
How
word,
many?
wasn't it? That was a word.
So I need you to go back and begin to think about the promises that you've been given. Think about the dreams.
Right.
And then
Right.
look at your actions. How are you lining up with what you've been given?
I'm telling you, y'all. The being ain't in the doing, but the doing show is in the action, in the performance, in the results.
Because what you want is on the other side of the actions that you take.
That part.
And if your thoughts are influencing negative actions or inactivity.
That part right there. Dude,
inactivity.
Put it in the chat. No action is action. Put it in the chat. No action is in fact action. That is like
what you're deciding is you're going to passively let it go.
Yes.
You're going to passively let your dream die. You're not going to just be out and out with, I'm just not going to do it. I'm just not going to get it. You're just going to be passively let it die.
That part.
And
we sorry, but we're not sorry, Tiffany.
It's going to torment you. The dream, the promise, the purpose is going to torment you in an inactive state.
That part.
Until you do it. Your peace and your prosperity comes in the doing.
In the obedience. Come on, y'all. Y'all, that's right. No action is action. You think that's why, and you know, Tiffany, you know, I want the I listened to your live the other day and you were talking about being stuck. But you know, over here we don't believe in stuck, right? I'm gonna let you have it because that is a terminology people can relate to. Like they totally believe that they are stuck, but you're not really stuck. You're either moving forward or you're moving backwards because nothing's stopping but you.
Right.
And everything is continuing to progress. So you can keep telling that story to yourself that you stuck and you ain't going nowhere and you in the same place you in last year. Nope. You may have the same conversation you had last year, but I'm sure
you're not in the same place.
You ain't in the same place. You may be further behind because everything is progressing, but you moving in no action. And every time you hear yourself say, man, I'm stuck. Man, I just been in the same place. I want you to say, nope, no action is action. So I am in fact taking action, even when I'm not doing nothing. Okay. I
just think about this. Think about a battery. You know how they tell you if you're going to store something, remove the batteries?
Yeah.
Just think about that battery staying in there. Nothing is coming on, but the battery is losing all of its strength because it's still connected to the bases.
Hunty, I'm just going to tell you, we just opened up a remote control that we had in the box with the batteries in it. All I'm saying, everything was oozing out at the bottom. It's corroded and caked up. You think it's not losing it? Even, you know how when they tell you you need to unplug your cords because energy is still going to it. I think they're saying maybe 10 cents per plug or whatever. I don't know how often you charge the 10 cents, but if you think about everything that you leave plugged into a socket, into a wall for whatever, and you don't cut it on,
you're losing.
You're still paying. You're losing. You're paying for it.
You're losing money. You're paying for it.
You're paying for it. I ain't telling you to go unplug everything in your house. I'm just saying, if you ain't using it, you might want to just take it out. You might just want to take it out the wall.
Isn't that what the athletes say? If you're not using it, you lose it. If you're not using the muscles, all the strength that you built up, it'll turn back to fat and it'll get weak again.
That part, for sure. Yes. If you think you done built up all this muscle, I got you, Tiffany. I got you. I get it. I know it's a, saying that sometimes it's a habit, right? Because I say it too, man, I'm just stuck. But in actuality, I know, I try not to stay there, but I'm human, right? I'm human. I go through the same things. I have the same thoughts like everybody else. Again, I just try to keep myself around people who have a conversation that when I start talking crazy,
they go,
they be like, no, they be like, stop
no,
that,
ma'am.
stop that. Don't play that no more. Stop that recording. Right? And that's what we're here doing for you even now during the 12 days of Christmas. And what I do during the Live at 5 is just to keep the conversation in front of you. And
That's
if you
right.
keep listening to it, eventually stuff will be moved out of your vocabulary. Right? And when you hear yourself saying it, you be like, no, 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 my bad. I already know that ain't no such thing as being stuck. I'm either moving forward or I'm moving backwards. But
That's
it ain't
right.
I'm for sure not standing still, even if it appears that I am.
Right. Right.
Right.
Because
It's like
I'm moving.
that part. You
My
standing on your
creative juices are flowing.
yes, ma'am.
And so as Dineen said, you change the narrative, right? I'm not stuck. I'm not going to use that terminology, but I'm going to replace it because I realize that at any given point, I can turn on my creativity. I can be still, I can hear, I can listen. So I'm going to replace it with I am creative. I am making things happen. I'm coming up with solutions. I am solution driven. I'm a finisher. I just begin to give yourself some power terms, some power sentences, some power affirmations. Change the narrative.
Yeah, for sure.
To replace what was that limiting belief.
Yeah.
That was having you in that place.
And here's one more thing that I'm going to drop that has been so powerful me that I've been hearing probably over the last month or two is that you can choose to live in a world of either or you can live in a world of both and. Did y'all get that?
Mm-hmm.
You remember when Adrienne said a couple of minutes ago that if she was promised A, B, C, and D, she gonna figure out how to add the other alphabets to get to 26 or 27 or how many other alphabets there is. And I want you to get that you have that same ability when you're going after your goals, your dreams, right? Some people feel like I can't have a career and have a family, right? I got to choose. I can't be a boss and be a mom, right? That's a conversation. But remember, you have whatever it is you say. So if it's an either or in your mind, then guess what? An either or it will be because your actions will do that. That's the way that you won't be able to conceive anything else because it's not available. Right? In my world, it exists. See, this is another thing. Like I can believe it all day long, but it's only going to be real for the people that believe that it's so. Because if you continue to believe that stuck is a thing, and I'm telling you, no, stuck ain't a thing. And I don't live like stuck is a thing because I know stuck ain't a thing. I'm either moving forward or moving backwards. But you keep stuck, you'll continue what? To live in the world.
Living in that world.
Right? And it's the same thing. If you live in a world that you have to choose either or, and you don't have the paradigm to say, okay, I know that I want this position right here. And I want to do that too. How I'm going to figure out how I can have it, my cake
and eat it
too.
That's right.
And we ain't talking about in a negative way, right? We ain't talking about people taking advantage of people like that. No. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying you can live in a world, in a space of your thinking that will allow other ideas and solutions. Come on, Adrienne just said ideas and solutions, that you're a person of solutions. If you live in the world of and both instead of either
options,
or you got options. Come on, tie it together, Adrienne.
Because the either or almost makes you feel helpless. I can only choose to do this, even though I want that, because you now no longer are positive movement, right?
That part. Yeah.
Right? You now tied your hands. Although I want it, I can't have it because I have to choose this.
Yeah. That part, y'all. Come on.
The and gives you options. I can have this, and I can't have that, and I can have that.
Yes.
Now this is how now what are my strategies for making them both happen?
And that's the thing. Because if you don't ever say the and, that's right, Tiffany, it is where the and is. Because if you never say and, your mind, your brain don't come up
Shuts
with
it down.
ideas.
It
It
doesn't
shuts
need
it
any
down.
options. It
It
doesn't
doesn't
need
need
any
any options.
ideas. It's
Right.
nothing to feed.
Right. Do y'all get that? That's how powerful words are. That's why you got to be masters of them. Don't
When you
just
add that
let
and, your brain is like, okay, she said and, so let's see, what can we do? All right, let me see.
that part.
And we're gonna do this, and we're gonna do that, we're gonna do that. Hey, try this, try this, try that. You'll wake up and you'll have all these ideas to go with the and.
Right.
Whereas when you had the or, you were being drained.
Right.
Because something you really
shut down.
desired
Yeah.
was not coming to pass because you had to choose.
Yeah. Okay, Tiffany, you feeling this? She said so powerful. Yeah, girl. I'm trying to tell you. I'm telling you, y'all, but y'all just don't understand how and what it takes to continue to foster that way of thinking, right?
Right.
It's just it just takes effort. This is my favorite saying. It takes effort and it takes time.
Yeah.
Right? It's a
And
practice.
it's a practice, and you were not brought up that way.
Right.
It was not how we were trained for the most part.
Right.
For the most part, we were given directions and you do as you're told.
Right.
And so you did not have options, and you weren't taught to dream. You were taught you're going to go ahead and get this job, and you're going to do this, and you're going to live this way, and that's it. There weren't options.
Right.
But in this world where you are created as a powerful being, where you can have what you say, that you can think it and you can and bring it into your life.
Come on.
You've got all kinds of options. You're like, I think I like that too. Let me try this.
That part.
You know, I say all the time, my name, Adrienne, means creative. And so I believe that I'm creative. So there's nothing that I won't try. I'll design a website. I'll design a Canva. I make clothes from scratch. I'll draw. I'll do whatever because I believe I'm creative. But if
she ain't lying, y'all. She telling you. You know how Joseph had his coat of many colors? She got a lot of talents over there.
But just think about it. I would have tried it if I didn't believe I was creative. I wouldn't believe that it was a possibility. I was like, oh no, right. Website, HTML. Oh, that sounds complicated. It's right. A design. I can do that. Sure, let's try it. Let's see what that looks like.
Exactly. So tell the people what is it that you're giving away this year? Because we in this conversation and we got like 2 more minutes. And I know you didn't come here without a gift. I know you got a gift, and I done dropped the link for y'all to register. Did y'all see the link? Okay, what are you giving? What are you giving away this year?
I believe I'm either giving away the 2023 I Am Because I Say I Am planner, or I'm giving away the set. And so since I don't know, I'll probably just do the set since I don't remember.
Yes, it says I Am Because I Say I Am journal and 2023 planner set.
Yes. So the planner for anybody who is ready to make their life what they want it to be, that planner is the bomb. If they still say the bomb.
Did y'all still say the bomb?
Y'all still say the bomb. It's the truth.
It's the truth.
Okay, because it has your affirmations for the month. Each month starts out with an affirmation that's going to guide your thought processes for the month. Then it has every week. So every week you have a list of a scheduled day where you can do whatever it is. There's an affirmation for every week. There's a place for you to put your personal affirmations. There's a place for you to put your personal goals, your professional goals, and your thoughts and your aha moments. So it will help you really. There's on the beginning of the month, there's a to-do list for you to list things that you want to get done during that month. So it will really keep you organized because we know if you don't write it, it doesn't happen. Many times when it's floating around in your head, it doesn't happen. If you want to see yourself be productive, write it down, set some goals so that you can see the progress that you're making. And that within itself will propel you to make additional progress. That will give you the momentum you need to keep it moving so that you don't get midway into the year and like, oh my God, I haven't done anything I said I was going to do.
And it'll happen quicker than you think.
Quickly.
And look, I'm putting in her IG inside of the chat right now. Follow her on IG at DT Dream Coach. DT Dream Coach on IG. So look, I dropped the link for you to register. That's right. Linda said, write it down. You got to write it down. You have to,
Yes.
have to. And when you write it down, you're picking the date and you pick by when, by when, by when,
Yes.
by
Yes.
when. Like anything out there, I want to do such and such and such. Okay. By when?
I can
By
tell you
when?
the weeks that I don't write it down, I am not as productive as the weeks that I do.
That part.
I'll
It's
go back
real.
on Friday and go, oh crap, I didn't do nothing this week because I didn't write anything down.
That part. Just winging it. Winging it don't
Just
work. Put it
winging
in the
it.
chat.
It don't
Winging
work.
it don't work. So look, I also put in the chat for you guys who would like to go ahead and purchase your own set. I put that in there. I'm going to copy that again, and I'm going to put that inside of the chat. It is the I Am Planner Duo 2023. Don't act like we didn't tell you. We told you. Go grab it. But again, if you definitely register to win, but you could definitely go ahead and purchase it, get it for yourself, buy it for someone else, anyone that you feel like you want to start training. Like I've been training my daughter to use her calendar and to add it to our calendar. So everybody's on the same page, no surprises and all the things, right? So start your children out young, keeping track of their goals, their aspirations, have them affirming themselves, like get them into doing it early. So then when they're challenged by these different conversations out here in the street and at school, when they're away from home, they'll have something to grab onto along with the scripture. Okay.
They'll have a foundation. Nobody can move them.
That part.
Because they will know who they are.
That part. But Adrienne, I want to say thank you so much for being here. Always amazing to be in conversation with you. So happy that you guys are here. Go ahead and register for your opportunity to win the I Am Because I Say I Am Journal and 2023 Planner Set. I am so excited for you. I actually used it last year and it was amazing for me. So go ahead. Okay, Tiffany said thank you. You are so very welcome. Look, you guys, it was just
pleasure.
Many great things we talked about tonight. Decide what world you want to live in. Do you want to live in either or do you want to live in both and? That is a thing. Decide if you want to live in a place that not being stuck where stuck don't exist. That's something that you have to decide as well. All right. We love you. Anything else you want to say? Tell them where to follow you, what you got going on before we say good night.
No, she told you where to follow me. I'm also on Facebook for Discovering Your Treasures. Love you guys. I want everybody to win. That's my goal, is that we all win. So however I can help you, Dineen and I, we tag team you. It's been my absolute pleasure to be with you tonight again.
All right, y'all. Go ahead and invest in the planner I Am Because I Say I Am Journal. Always looking forward to serving you. Thank you so much again, Adrienne, for saying yes. And we'll see you guys tomorrow night. I'll be here with Dr. Kimberly Hardy. She's going to have a message for us, and I can't wait to hear. Look forward to serving you. See you tomorrow.
Take care.